Ashley Osborne, and I have spent countless hours of my life researching, learning, and practicing all the different ways we can make money online. My goal with this channel is to prove to you that not only can you too make money online, but you can do so easier and faster than you think. If making money online interests you, then please hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification. That way you get notified every time I make a video. Let's get into today's video, shall we?
Hello, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. Me and Phoebe here, my little kitten, are very excited for you guys to hear all about Kindle Direct Publishing. We have talked about this in a previous video. We just kind of touched on it in my first video about the different ways you can make money online. And so in this video, we're going to dive into a little bit more here on just Kindle Direct Publishing, or Amazon KDP as it's referred to most of the time. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using Canva today to work on our project. There are a lot of different, would you call them software or websites like BookBolt or websites like that that are very helpful for creating your books. However, I just prefer Canva. I already pay for Canva for my Pro membership. I pay $12.99 a month, and so since I already pay for that, I don't want to pay for another one. So that's pretty much sums up where I use it. I also am familiar with it. It's very easy, and so let's just get started here. So when you go to Amazon KDP, I'll put the link in the description below, but it's basically just kdp.amazon.com. And what you'll do is you'll hit create, and then you'll click whichever one of these you're going to want to do. I prefer to just do create paperback. And then from here, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to basically write out everything about the book that you created. Okay, so for now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to kind of scroll so you guys can see what this is going to look like, and then we'll hop over to Canva and get to work. So the language is going to be English in mine. The book title, I'm not sure yet, but it's going to be some type of planner. You can put a subtitle in. If this is going to be a series, you could totally make a whole series if you wanted. So that's really, really cool. I do know a number of people who like to write, and so this might be an option for you if you want to write an actual, a full novel or a multiple series book, or, you know, all that jazz. For me, I'm not good at writing, but I am good with planners or what they call low content books. So like journals or sketchbooks, things like that. So that's kind of where my specialty is as far as KDP goes. Down here is all about the author, which would be you. Any contributors, if somebody else contributed to writing or creating your book. The description about your book. Publishing rights, so you know, you'll put I own the copyright. Keyword, tags, title, keyword. This is all that same stuff. Helps you be found basically on the website. What category is it going to go into? Mine would be low content book, journals, notebooks, planners, and then if it's an adult content. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop over to Canva and just get started making a fairly basic planner. Here and type in KDP. So we're going to look at what they have for templates here, and since I want to do a planner, I'm just going to use this one right here because I know it's an 8.5 by 11, and that's the size of planner that I personally enjoy making. Okay, so now in previous videos we have talked a lot about we should always add more. We cannot just basically take this designer's work and then go and sell it. But this is a great starting point. And so just look at this as a starting point. I always try to emphasize that so that we get used to, oh, this is just a starting point. We're going to change colors. We're going to add some graphics. We're going to change the text, and we're maybe going to move some things around, and we're going to truly make this our own product to sell. So first things first, I like to go up here and just name it something different. I think what I'm going to try to create, let's see, is 2023. Let's see. I kind of want to do something with poppies. Poppy planner. I don't know. I kind of just feel like poppies for some reason. And just do a little search over here for poppies and just kind of see what comes up. Make sure that that's really what I want to go with. Yep, they're just so cute. Yep, they're beautiful. Okay. All right. So let's just go ahead and get started here. The first thing I want to do is just find like my main page, and my main page is probably going to not look like this one. I don't usually like my main page to look like this, but this might be a good secondary page for me. So for right here, I'm going to just hit add a page. Go to the view area here. When you click down here where it says however many you have down here, you can actually view them kind of set up together, and then you can move them. So I'm going to want this one to be in front, and then we'll go back to the other view just by toggling and clicking that again. And so for this one, I'm going to make sure that Canva knows that I'm wanting to work on the first page. So I'm going to click this so that it is highlighted around in purple. And let's go over here and see if there's a layout of sorts that I kind of like. And let's see, I think it's good to start with gratitude. I like that gratitude is first, but I think I'm going to want more of a calendar in front. I like this. I like to have the monthly in front. So let's do a monthly in front. And then this will all make sense in a few minutes, I promise. But let's say the first page is the monthly, and then we're going to flip the page, and I'm going to want not my to-do list or my goals or my notes yet, but the weekly, right? The weekly. And then you do, let's see, we write out our calendar, then we flip the page, and we got our weekly section. Let's add, I like this part now. And then I'm thinking maybe let's add another page and put a gratitude page here. Now you guys can, arrange this however you want, but this gives you kind of an idea of how I, work this in my brain. I like to put it all out, set it up, and then I go through and I like design it and change it up. So let's find that gratitude list. I like that. Let's just do this one right here. Okay, so now we've chosen, here I'll go to the toggle and so you guys can see. So now this is kind of breaking down what an idea of what our planner might look like. The first page will have the monthly breakdown. The second area will be the weekly breakdown, the Monday through, this should be, Monday through Sunday. We want to make sure there's Sunday on there. And then maybe we'll do a to-do list, goals, notes, and then we have a gratitude list. So I like that so far, so let's toggle back. And so right now I'm going to go ahead and work on the design part of it. So my ultimate goal is to have this poppy design. And I think I would like to have the poppy design kind of faded in the background of each of these. So I'm going to look over here for a poppy photo that I can lower the opacity down, which means making it look a little more transparent, so that it doesn't take over the planner, but that you can still see the style of the planner. I'll show you what I mean. So let's see. I like this because it seems very like kind of boho-like. So let's go ahead and put this in, and we will stretch it out. And as you can see, if we just did this, you can't see any of the writing. That's not going to work for us. So we need to go over here. And you know what? We need to position it to the back. So go to position and to the back. Okay, and then we're going to drop the opacity down. Beautiful. I love that. That's really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and lock that photo so that we can't move it anymore. Except now I'm seeing that it needed to be down a little bit more. It wasn't quite the right size. There we go. Now it's correct. Okay, so now all I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and bump well, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. so that I can read everything really well. So I'm going to go ahead and change the color on all of these to a black. I want you to be able to see them more with that photo in the background. This and these all need to be changed to black. And I am selecting all of those by just grabbing each one, holding down the shift key, and then selecting each one at a time. That's how I'm choosing to do it. Now, this is looking really cute, but I would like to change this word, the monthly word. I want a different font. So I'm just going to select it, go over here, and look through and find another font that maybe I want to use for the planner. I don't like that for this. I think I do want to keep it a swirly font, as I like to call them, or a handwritten font. Let's see. I just want something like a little more playful. That might not make sense, but it makes sense to me. All right, let's stretch that out a little bit. Okay, so I'm liking the font Anybody. Okay, and I'm going to move that over. And then I'm going to see if that, let's see, is this one and this, okay. I like this Nunito font. I'll leave that. But this one is called The Seasons, and this one is The Seasons. This is the Nunito. Okay, so I like to try to keep it within 3 fonts, no more than 3 different fonts on a page. Just gets to be too much. So this would give us 3 fonts, so that's okay. I really liked that other font that I accidentally clicked the first time, and we're going to see if I like it for these words, excuse me. I do like it. Okay, so I'm gonna bump this up or back up. There we go. So I like how the monthly planner is more bold. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm realizing, so if I'm looking at this and I'm the one working in it, I don't think I would want it to say monthly planner, August 2022. It just seems kind of like, obviously it's a monthly planner, right? Like I'm using it, so I don't need to name it. I don't know. That's just my own personal opinion here. So I'm thinking I'll probably just delete that, and we will just switch this and we'll just name this January, right? Let's just do January. I like it. Let's see if we can get this in the center. Now, if you just keep moving across, you'll see that those center lines pop up. Okay, so that's going to be my first page, January. Boom, done. Okay, and now we're going to scroll down. And so I consider this to be completed. And my next page would be the weekly part. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep this font, Nunito, as these right here. So these smaller fonts right here, we're going to click and click, and we're going to click those, and we're going to go to Nunito because we want our planner to flow. We want everything to go together. So again, I'm just doing shift and click, shift and click, and change those, shift, click, change those. Okay, let's go ahead and try this one, Tan Pearl. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and copy the word January, scroll down so that I can just get exactly what I'm looking for because for some reason I keep messing it up. Yeah, I think I'm going to do plan the Okay, and this time I'm just going to write the word weekly, and we're just going to put that there. Now, so far everything looks like it's going together, except I want to put my poppies idea behind here instead. So I'm going to go back over here and we're going to choose another one that we think might look nice. Now keep in mind, depending on how these open, you're going to want to make sure that these pages kind of go together. What if this page is next to this page? Okay, so you are going to have to kind of think about how it's going to open and if these are going to be contrasting at all. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this one, and we'll bring this one down. The great part about choosing, a background picture and lowering the opacity is that you kind of have control over making it, match a little bit more because it's not so prominent. So if the colors aren't like these seem really bold and these don't, so we can kind of adjust that a little bit and make them, go together a little bit more. Okay, so again, we're going to click the position and go to the back, and then we're going to lower the opacity. Okay, so let's go ahead and toggle and see the grid view so we can see what these pages look like. Beautiful. So even if these end up next to each other, they're going to look really nice together. And I really like that. Okay, so now we're on to the next page. And as you can see, when I go away, you can see this white at the top here. Be mindful of that when you put these pictures in. You need to make sure that they fit perfectly. There we go. Okay, so now we are going to do the daily planner. This one we can do, wait, now I'm thinking about it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really even want a daily planner, so I'm going to get rid of that part. I really just want like a gratitude at the end of the week. So weekly gratitude. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to, I don't really like having that. Don't like these weird star things. I'm just changing everything. Okay, so let's copy this again. You can copy it by just holding the Alt key down and then dragging it. Or you can do the good old copy and paste by right-clicking. So I'm just going to type in weekly gratitude. Perfect, and let's bring it down a little bit in size. Good. And put that, I think we might need a little smaller. Put that in the center. Good, okay. I like it. All right, so let's go ahead, there we go, and find our another poppy photo. Let's see, we did kind of up close poppies, field of poppies a little bit. What if we did poppies like kind of in the middle, like this? We haven't done any that look like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this even bigger. We're gonna put that in the background like we did on the last ones. Now we're gonna lower the transparency. Perfect. It looks like we have, I'm sure you can see it there. There we go. I'm sure you can see this weekly gratitude in the back because it was white. So I'm just gonna get rid of that, move this up a bit. And then this is too light. So I'm going to, I don't even know if I really like the way that looks, to be honest. Okay, so a few little numbers stuck around, that's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put, let's see how this is white. Let's see, yeah, that's a nice white. This has a nice white. I do want to make sure these are black. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, let's check these, make sure these are black. Just want everything to match, Yeah, these aren't black, these are actually brown. We have our weekly, background's good, fonts are good. This background is white. And is it white? Let's make sure it's white. It is white. Okay. And then this third one, we just have to put in a spot for people to write their gratitude. Here we go. So we'll just put that down here. And then we'll turn this white. And bring that down just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some lines in there. Just because I like writing on lines personally. I know not everyone does, but I do. All right. So we are just going to kind of set that. Yep, that looks good. And now we're just going to continuously copy and paste that down. Copy and paste these ones. Good. And this whole time is telling us our measurements. Okay, so if we watch, when you scroll down, it's going to say when we're at 0.427. And all of these are 0.427 apart. So we're just going to keep doing it until we run out of room. Perfect. Now let's just make sure these are lined up and they look great. So that part is done right here. And what we will want to do is we will want to obviously finish the whole planner. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'll probably speed up this process a little bit for you guys. But what we're going to want to do is basically put 4 weeks in between each month and then 12 months. So from here, you'll select January and you'll select these 3 little dots and you will duplicate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay? And then after you're done with that, obviously you'll go through and change these to February, March, April, May, June, July, etc. Okay? And then for the weekly, we know that there are 4 weeks for every single month. So it'll go January and then there'll be 4 weeks, right? So we'll do January and then 4 weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now what we're going to do is we would want to rearrange. Now you don't have to rearrange right now. I prefer to rearrange at the end, but for the sake of this video so that you guys can see this, and then I'm going to speed up this next part so that it's not so like, you know, long and boring and you're just watching me do the same thing over and over again. All right, so now we have January, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 weeks. February, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 weeks. And then we're going to continue on, and I will do that now, and we'll speed this up for you. Okay, so we have completed everything. I will go through real quick and show you guys. We have January, and then we have 4 weeks, and then we have the monthly gratitude. I switched it from weekly to monthly because I just didn't want to have that many in here. So then we got February, the weeklies, the monthly, March, weeklies, monthly, etc., 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 all the way through to the end of the year. So we are completely done with making our planner. Okay, so then you're just going to go to PDF print, and then all 72 pages, and then download. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the KDP cover calculator. I will put this in the description below. Here, what you'll put in is all the information you have on your book. So for us, we're going to put paperback. The color we're going to use for ours is just standard color. And when you get going and making a few of these, you'll understand a little bit more about these. Black and white is the cheapest book. Premium color is the most expensive book. And standard color's the cheapest color book. So I usually always go with standard color because I'm using a planner and I'm using like the poppies and stuff. I want it to be colorful, so it is going to be a little bit more expensive for the customer, but to me it's worth it. Paper type, I just go with plain old white paper. Left to right page turn. Mine is in inches. My interior size is 8.5 by 11, and I have 72 pages in my book. So then we just calculate the dimensions. So we're going to type these dimensions into Canva. So we have 17.412. And this is inches. So we have 17.412 by 11.25. Okay, and we're just going to hit Create Design. All right, so here is our full book cover, but for this to be easier for us, we are going to use the template. Go back over to our KDP cover calculator. We're just going to click where it says Download Template right here. I've already downloaded mine, and you'll see right here is our PNG. And so we are going to upload that in to Canva. Make sure that it's extracted. It will be in a zip file when you first download it from KDP. So let's head over to Canva. We're going to go to the Uploads area of Canva. Upload files. Downloads. And it should be right here. Okay, so then we're just going to select it, and we are going to bring it the whole way across, and it should fit perfectly. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Now this gives you all the information on your cover that you're going to need, okay? The most important thing to pay attention to is the pink coloring is what you need to look out for as far as where your image is going. So you don't want to put any text outside of that pink coloring, okay? Ultimately. And then this barcode here, because this barcode will be on your book or your planner, so you don't want that, you don't want to have any text or anything like that underneath where that barcode will be. So this is what we are going to do. We're going to go ahead and take our transparency, and we're just going to bring our transparency down so that we can see it, but that it's not prominent, okay? All right, and then we're just going to start building our cover. As you know, we did poppies, so let's look up a poppy photo. See what we can find here. Kind of like that. I think that's a good start. So let's start with this, okay? And then let's go ahead and grab, as you can see now that we have that, you can see that this is not covering anything. What we have right here looks great. It's not covering the barcode. Everything looks good so far. Let's go ahead and go to the graphics and see if we have any like cute poppies that I want to add. I do like this one. I like the watercolor look. Maybe we'll put this in the corner here. Okay, maybe we'll add one in each corner. I'm liking that so far. I'm just going to kind of fiddle around a little bit. You guys do the same with what you're doing. Just kind of turn things around. Basically, whatever you want to do is going to be perfect because it's your planner, it's your book, so you're going to love it. And that looks pretty good to me. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see. I like this little element. That's pretty. Let's put that towards the back. Backwards. Backwards. Good. I like that so far. Let's put another one on this side. And we'll flip it around. Pretty. I like that. We'll just put that there. And then I'm thinking maybe something like right here in the corner. And then I think that's, you know, a pretty good cover. And then we will just add some sort of words on here somewhere. Probably just the words planner. I'm going to assume that that's what I'm going to go with because that sounds like something I would do. All right, let's flip this around. And let's just kind of go like, maybe like this. That's pretty. And I like how it's going to wrap around the book a little bit. I like that. But now that I have that, I don't really like this right here, so I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, now let's go ahead and add some text real quick. And I'm just going to write out planner. And let's see how it looks in that font that we were using before. Yep, I love that. Let's make sure that it's in black. And let's see, I want it to be in the center. I think I just want to kind of put it, I think I might like that. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to grab the one in the back. And as you can see, we have made sure that nothing is in the wrong spot. Everything is where it should be. Looks good. So now we are going to delete that background. So this is our cover. When we close our planner, this will be the front over here, and this will be the back over here. So we're going to go ahead and click Save, PDF Print, Download, and then we're done with that. So let's head back over to KDP. Okay, now that we are back over here on KDP, we are going to go to the first page and we are going to kind of go through and name it and all of that. Now I practiced on this a few minutes ago just to make sure and that I got everything in here correctly. So what we did is we hit English, Poppy Floral Planner, and then for a subtitle, Poppy Floral Life Planner. I don't need a series and I don't need an edition number personally. The name that I use for my KDP account is Ashley Rose, so I got my first name Ashley, and then I use Rose as my last name. Nothing in contributors. And then I just kind of picked something, you could do something like this, 72 undated daily planning pages. Let you pick up exactly right where you left off. There's no unnecessary sections to fill in and no skipping dates, high quality paper, you know, just some sort of description that's good. I own the copyright. And then some keywords I chose were life planner, planner with poppies, planner with poppy cover, planner for poppy lovers, monthly updated, undated planner, family planner, etc. In categories, this is a little frustrating, but when you click on categories, you will go to literary collections, scroll down, and then diaries and journals. That is where yours would be best to be. and then we're going to click low content for journals, notebooks, and planners. And then does this book contain any strong language, etc.? No, it doesn't. And then save. Perfect. Here, I'm going to publish without an ISBN. I just don't feel like I need them. If you want to do that, you can click Learn More and learn a little bit more about ISBNs and decide whether or not you want to use one. My publishing date is going to be today's date. I'm going to be using, like I said before, I'm going to be using the standard color interior with white paper. Down here, I'm choosing 8.5 by 11. Make sure that you choose the size that you are working in. And then I'm going to upload my manuscript. Go to my download section. Here's my planner. Okay, and that has uploaded successfully and it's processing my file. And then I'm going to upload my cover. So I'm going to click upload a cover you already have. And it looks like I just accidentally named it planner. So we're just going to know that that's the one that I did, and I didn't name it even though I should have. I promise you, if you name things correctly, you're just going to be so much more thankful in the end when you have things named correctly and you're looking for them. And then check this box if the cover you are uploading includes a barcode. It doesn't include a barcode. And then launch previewer. So this is the exciting part. This is the part that's going to tell us, did we do everything right, or do we need to go back and fix something? This is very important that you launch the previewer. Okay, guys? This is when you're going to see your book in action, be able to flip the pages and decide, yes, it's print ready or not. This can take quite a while, so we'll just go ahead and skip ahead. So over here, you will see the whole planner. Okay, exactly what it looks like with the barcode. This is exactly what it's going to look like to your customer. Okay. So over here, you will see the errors. If your book has errors, it won't meet our quality standards. To publish your book, you will need to fix the errors. So the great part about this is it tells you every single page and what the issue is. The text is outside the margins on page 37. So if you click 37, it's going to take us to page 37. And we're going to see what the problem is. On the outside here, you can see how it's got these lines saying, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. And we can see that July just needs to come down a tiny bit. That's a really quick and easy fix for us. So let's go ahead and look at these ones down here. This image is outside the margins, okay? And this is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 20. Okay, so let's see what image we have that it doesn't like. Sometimes I really feel like it's hit or miss. Sometimes it's like it's fine, and then other times it feels like maybe it's not going to accept it. It can be a little strange. Now, this isn't going to look as clear on this, so don't think that your planner is going to look this blurry, because it won't. Okay, so it doesn't like our image being this large on the whole book. Okay. Let's see, what about 11? Okay, so same thing. So it's mad that our image goes all the way out to the end of the page. I'm actually not mad about that, but if they want us to change it, I suppose we can change it. Let's click on these ones down here. This object is outside the margins as well. Okay. Okay, so even though I think it would look fine, they don't like it, and maybe I just forgot. That's okay. This stuff is going to happen, and I think the most important part about my channel is to show you that it's not always going to go smooth and perfect. And I don't want to edit this kind of stuff out, because this is the kind of stuff that happens when you guys follow a tutorial from somebody else and you're like, well, why did it go well for them? And then here I am and I screwed it up, and now I have all these errors and you're kind of stumped. So in the event that you have something like this, this is exactly what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to go back, because right here it'll say, once your book is submitted for publication, we'll perform a quality review using a combination of machine learning, automation, and dedicated teams of human reviewers. Some of the items we check and most commonly see file rejections for include spine text, bleed margins, and embedded fonts. Okay, So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to adjust the pictures in the background and then just that photo on, or that July's little top of the words. So let's go ahead back over to Canva and let's fix. First, I'm going to hit the exit here, and you'll see that it brings us back here. And all we're going to do is we are just going to upload again. Okay. And remember, our cover looked fantastic. So all we're going to fix is the interior of our planner. The thing I want to do is go find July real quick before I forget. Right here. Right there. Okay. That's going to fix us just fine. This one might work. Yeah. So I think what we're going to have to do is we are going to grab a picture frame like this. See if I like that. Make sure it's as centered can be. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are going to put that picture inside of it. So we're going to put it in there. Perfect. And then we are just going to make it transparent like we did before. 35. Okay, so we're still having the same planner, but we are just going to have this nice white outline on the background, okay? So I'm going to go through and do that for the rest of it, and then we'll go back in KDP and we will upload it again and see how we did. Okay, here we are. We did it. As you can see, there's no errors this time. It looks beautiful. On the side panel here, there's nothing in the quality check. So it looks like this is going to look great. So all we have to do now is just look at it ourselves. We're just going to go over here and we're going to pretend like we're opening our planner. Let's make sure that we like it. Okay, January, I love it already. Looks good. Great. So honestly, even though we had to make those changes, I actually really like it. So sometimes, yeah, you have to go through and you have to make some changes, but ultimately it ends up better in the end. So don't freak out if you have to go and make some changes. After a while, you're going to get used to it. It's been a while since I have actually made one of these planners, one of these planner pages anyway. And so, I had a little error, but that's okay. Like I said, we're just going through and making sure that it looks good to you. And when you're done, that all you got to do is click approve over in the corner here. All right, then we just go through this one more time just to make sure. Standard color interior paper, 8.5 by 11. We uploaded everything. It's uploaded. Everything looks good. We already previewed everything. Correct. And then this is the amount that our book is going to cost. This is not what we're going to charge, because if we charge this, we're not going to make any money. This is just my printing cost. Those different areas as well. I want to be in all territories. And then you choose your price. So for me, it's only 72 pages. Usually I do 100 pages for my planners and then I make them around like $12. So I'm going to say this one, let's do $8. $8. Okay? And so my royalty on this, so $3.44 is how much the printing will cost. My royalty would only be $1.36 every time it's sold. Do I want to make more than that? Let's see. Let's try $10. I think that's probably a better spot to be at personally. That way, every time it sells, my amount that I'm going to get is $2.56. And $10 for a 72-page planner with, you got to think it has weekly pages, the monthly pages, it has the gratitude sections. It's very pretty, it's quality paper. So I'm going to go with $10. I think $10 is a reasonable amount of money for that. You can do whatever you want. When you put it up here, it's going to automatically generate the prices for all the other areas. Okay, everything looks good. And then you're just going to publish or save as draft. In my case, I'm going to put publish. Okay, our save is successful. Now it says next we'll review your book to ensure it meets KDP's guidelines for book details, content, and quality. If it passes our review, it can take up to 72 hours to be available for purchase on Amazon. If it doesn't pass our review, we will email you. So don't feel bad if you get an email back. They're really thorough with what you need to fix when they tell you that something is, there's an error or whatever, they let you know what it is. So that part is awesome. And what will happen is, I'll just click on bookshelf, but that's where it automatically takes you, is your bookshelf. As you scroll down, you'll see that this one is showing in review. Okay, and once it is approved, it'll say live, like these ones do down here, actually. But let's just view this one. Oh, we'll leave the price for what it is right now, but that is something I might want to look at. I might want to, if it doesn't sell, maybe we drop the price a little bit. So I want to view it on Amazon just so you guys can see what this planner up above will look like once it's approved. It'll look something like this, and then people will be able to make their purchase. They can order it under Prime. It'll show them just like this. It'll show the inside. The inside doesn't always show up right away. It could take a few days. So don't be upset if it doesn't automatically show. All right, well, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you learned something. I'm sorry if that was a little bit of a longer video, but sometimes you try to fit everything into a video and you really want it to be thorough, and the video is just going to have to be longer. So don't forget that you can always change the playback speed on your YouTube videos. If you're not sure how to do that, I can't remember exactly where it's at, but there's a little feature on your video that you can adjust the playback speed. If you're not sure, Google it. It's really simple and easy. And so if you need to, adjust the playback speed and speed me up a little bit so that you can get through the whole video, then do that. Otherwise, hit pause and take some notes if you need to. But I think this is a really great, thorough look at how you can use Canva to create your planners for KDP and then also upload them on the platform as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really does help the algorithm. It helps it get seen. It helps it show people that, hey, this is a really good video you might want to check out for KDP. So if you could do that, that would be great. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.